Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the 16th annual State of Our City. May I please ask you to rise and join me in welcoming Lily Kribari for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Lily, that was amazing. Thank you. I didn't realize we had a pro on our hands. Lily is from Thunder Ridge Middle School. Thanks for coming today, Lily. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mike Fraunefell, the Executive Director and CEO of the Centennial Airport. Mike has worked at Centennial Airport for the last 24 years. He started as an intern and has worked all over the airport since then, including airport operations, noise, environmental planning, and development, before being selected as the new executive director of Centennial Airport a little over 6 months ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Fraunefell.
Thank you, everyone. So I want to officially, on behalf of the Arapahoe County Public Airport Authority and the Board of Commissioners, I want to welcome everyone to the wonderful Wings of the Rockies facility at Centennial Airport. Please help me recognize the airport commissioners that all wear many hats and serve the community in several ways. Arapahoe County Commissioner and Chair of the Airport Board, Nancy Sharp. Arapahoe County and Airport Commissioner Jeff Baker. Arapahoe County and Airport Commissioner Bill Holan. Airport Commissioner Thad Bagnato. Airport Commissioner Bob Dubeck. Douglas County Commissioner and Airport Commissioner Abe Layden. Airport Commissioner John Sieber. And last but certainly not least, Airport Commissioner Jim Huffman. We also want to thank the Rotary Club of Centennial for hosting the celebration of the city every year. It's a great honor for us to have the State of the City event here at Centennial Airport. And we look forward to hearing today from Mayor Pico about all the amazing things that our neighbors and partners at the city of Centennial have going on. So please thank you very much and welcome to Centennial Airport.
Thank you very much, Mike. I think you're going to have a hard time getting rid of us now. This is a beautiful spot, and we look forward to a long future here. This is great. My name is Tripp Butler, and I'm the current president of the Centennial Rotary Club. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. It's a real honor for our club to be allowed to share some of the spotlight for this event. I'd really like to offer a special thanks to Rotarians Catherine Huff and Audra Dill. Their committee really, from the Rotary angle, put this whole thing together, and really absolutely couldn't have done it without them. Mayor Pico, may I take a brief interlude to ask you to come up for just a second? I know you're going to have the mic to yourself quite a bit, but we wanted to take this minute to thank you and congratulate you for your reelection. Best wishes for the future.
Thank you.
And my wife, Vanna.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that nice?
Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous.
Thank you.
you very much, Tripp. Appreciate it. Thank you.
There's a few more folks I'd like to thank. And I'll keep it brief, but I did want to thank General Berry for joining us today. He'll be speaking later. I would like to thank the members of the Arapahoe County Police Department and South Metro Fire District for joining us today. Thank you for all you do for us and our community. We really appreciate that. And I'd like to thank all the sponsors today, but I'd like to give a special shout out to the ones that have been with us from the beginning, since 2005. The Arapahoe County Airport Authority, the Arapahoe County Water and Wastewater Authority, the Aurora Chamber of Commerce, the City of Centennial, Denver South Economic Development Partnership, Intermountain Rural Electric Association, Parker Jordan Metro District, Widner-Jurin, Xcel Energy, and again, the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Department. And one more special thanks to our new partners, GeoCal, who were inadvertently left off of the program. Sorry about that. I know, I don't know if you know this, but directly, everybody that's here is supporting the humanitarian work that the Rotary Club of Centennial is doing out there. And I suspect from the look on many faces, you never heard of Rotary. What is Rotary? Who is this guy and what is Rotary? Well, welcome. You're about to learn about the best kept secret in the world, not just Centennial, in the whole world. You don't see a lot of billboards on I-25 for Rotary. You don't see any full page ads in Westward. And you'll likely not see my giant head screaming by on the light rail. But it's a dream, true, but it's unlikely. But Rotary really depends nearly entirely on word of mouth. And it's often the case where you appreciate the good works and you don't even know how they got there. Even Bill and Melinda Gates often forget to mention that Rotary has been working to eradicate polio since 1988, almost 20 years before the Gates Foundation joined this fight. But having partners like that would probably explain why polio has nearly been entirely eradicated, 99.9% wiped out of planet Earth. That's extraordinary. Ask nearly any Rotarian in the room today how they found out about Rotary, and you'll probably hear the same recurring theme. They were looking for an opportunity to serve when they found Rotary. And there's some great service organizations out there, but that's nearly entirely how we get our membership. I suspect a lot of you guys here today are wondering how you might get involved. Well, you're in luck. Our whole Rotary Club is standing by to answer all your questions. In fact, We have a nice little takeaway on the table. Please take that home with you, and that'll get you started. But it also introduces a new corporate membership, and this is brand new for our club. But I think you'll agree that this might be the perfect way to energize your team, expand their influence, and develop their leadership skills. Not to mention fill that need to give back to your community. Thank you, and speaking of giving back, please join me in a big warm welcome for our title sponsor for the 2022 State of our City, Joe Varenja. Joe is the Director of Corporate Social Responsibility for Arrow Electronics. Arrow relocated its global headquarters to Centennial in 2012. Since then, Arrow has grown into a $35 billion company operating in 90 countries with 21,000 employees. Joe directs Arrow's external relations and technology for good initiatives in Arrow communities around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Varenja.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. I'm Mayor Pico. Thank you for everything. It's great to be back together in a new space. And yeah, it's been 10 years since Arrow moved to Centennial. And in that 10 years, we have doubled in revenue from $17 billion to more than $35 billion a year now. We did it here. We did it around the world, but we did it after we moved our headquarters here. And I think that's not a mistake, and it's not two separate facts. You're part of this, and you're part of our growth. We now have 2,000 employees in our buildings at Dry Creek, and we're just getting back into those buildings now. So we have a lot of new energy and a lot of plans for this year. We're going to show a video of some of the tech for good things that we do, because Arrow is such a vast company. And we do so many different things that shortly after I got hired 9 years ago, so I do not take credit for the $35 billion, okay? I'm actually the one person out of 21,000 employees around the world who doesn't have to make money. Everybody else has a P&L except for me. But, so it's good, it's good. We're going to show the video because it's an easier way to explain our values rather than try to explain what we do every day around the world. We started in 1935 in New York, literally as a store that sold radio tubes to the emerging radio industry after Marconi invented radio just a few years before that. And we have grown with every successive wave of technology. And so now, the next wave, and we have seen our signs at Coors Field and at the football stadium, 5 years out. We make our money today by working on what was a glimmer in somebody's head 5 years ago. And now we're working on what you're going to be using and wanting 5 years from now. It's not our product. You can't buy anything that says Arrow on the outside. And you can't buy my race car that says Arrow on the outside either, by the way. People always want to know if we're raffling it. And no, we're not. But the point is that we work for others. And we've heard a little bit about service today. Our Tech for Good program emerged because as a company, we work for others. And as a company and as a brand, we believe that technology makes life better in so many different ways. And really, with the car project, we found that for people who have reduced mobility, this was the quickest way that we could show how technology can make the difference and a life-changing difference for one particular man, but by extension, we're starting to apply it for people with physical disabilities in many different directions. Technology really does make that very fast difference. And so with that, thank you again, and let's watch the video.
You guys are all good to line up when you're ready. Good luck.
Thank you.
It's so much like being a race car driver all over again. The same thing going through my life 20 years ago. Just go fast, be smooth.
He was a good racer. Now, he was very competitive. He got hurt competing. This, for me, is one of the most proud things that I can do as a friend to him and somebody that is trying to give him his experiences back, because we're going to compete.
The idea came out on a car that could be driven by someone who was paralyzed completely from the neck down. Sam thought about it and said, I want to drive fast. I don't care just to drive again. I want to race again. We're driving a stock C8. This is our third car currently that we've built to continue that evolution, and now he's ready to actually enter his first race.
Working with Aero and how diligent they are in their safety precautions. This new system, Sam's in the right, and we've cut a lot of time out to give me control if needed.
All right, giving you control.
Basically, you turn your head to the left, the car goes to the left, turn it to the right, goes to the right. I have a straw in my mouth, so you blow in the straw to go, and you suck to stop. If you blow really hard, it's going to go really fast.
It's the first time that Sam gets to compete since he's raced. The guys here are tough. This event is very competitive, extremely hard. There's some super fast cars, and he's going to be on a level playing field.
So when you see 1A waving that green flag, your session has begun.
When they drop the green flag, it's crazy all over again. I mean, there's so much going through your brain.
And nice turn in, good. Use up all of that. Use up this curb. Perfect.
This car gives Sam the best chance at winning due to its balance and handling.
With modifications, with more horsepower, with tunable suspension, we could definitely be in the hunt of this thing, which is really interesting, you know?
Good.
Yeah!
That really was a good run. And
yeah, I like that.
It really goes to that next level that Sam's able to perform better than anyone else that's ever been in the car.
From a racing perspective, you know, it really doesn't get any better than this.
right. Turn. Go, good, good. Perfect. Accelerate. That was good.
He ran against a lot of good competitors, a lot of fast people with their own cars in their own right, and we didn't have anything handed to us. I mean, cut it up any way you want. He got hurt. He hasn't competed in that many years, and today he did.
Oh, yeah! Good job. Clean run?
673 clean.
Good.
Excellent job.
Good job.
Aero is giving me the ability to just go fast here, as fast as I can handle. Man, it just really gets the juices flowing again, you know? It's been a long time.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of Wings Over the Rockies Air and Space Museum in Denver, Colorado. Your program has a nice little paragraph about Major General John Barry, but man, they left out all the good stuff. Let me tell you this, Major General John Barry served in the United States Air Force for 30 years as a combat veteran, fighter pilot, Top Gun graduate, and military assistant to the Secretary of Defense. Multiple tours as a squadron commander and 2 tours as a wing commander. He's a survivor of the 9/11 attack on the Pentagon, and he served his last tour of duty as board member and executive director for the Space Shuttle Columbia accident investigation. General Barry retired in 2004 as a Major General, that's 2 stars. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General John Barry.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Well, welcome to Wings Over the Rockies, Exploration of Flight, this 15-acre campus here that we're proud to be part of at Centennial Airport. And certainly, I just want to put out a little bit of a kind of a advertisement. We are celebrating the 75th anniversary of the United States Air Force on September 17th right here. And we're looking for great support from the community, so let me just make that blatant brand request as we go forward. But let me just say something about our mayor. And it's my pleasure to call her friend over these many years. And what I really liked about Mayor Pico is the fact that, she has done amazing things for the city of Centennial, but she's also done a lot more. So let me just talk about that. Open Space Advisory Board, Planning and Zoning Commission, member of the National League of the Cities and the Board of Directors of the Executive Committee. She has participated in activities here in the city since 2007, has moved here in 2001. She is, and her husband, James, have two boys that are both graduates of Cherry Creek School District. And I had the privilege of flying both of them when we went up a little while ago. I got to just tell you that when I banked about 60 degrees, Stephanie giggled a little bit, came back out, and she said, "Do it again." All right, and we go from there. So I admire her tenacity and her boldness. She's always trying to do something new. She's adventurous, and that's the part I really like about it. And also, I really appreciate that when we built this building in 2018, she was right there to support us, okay? When we built our school, which is the Colorado Skies Academy, it was a little controversial here in Cherry Creek School District to be able to do that, but right from the beginning, she was in our back. She had our back. And she covered that with diligence and tenacity, and I'm pretty sure that we would not have probably been able to get the school built had it not been with her help. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll be a little bold in trying to provide some advice. We tried to check the acoustics here. So, it's a little bit brash of me to give some advice to a mayor, but this is a question I think you should never ask, okay? So I was giving a speech one time. I've been speaking for about 5 minutes. And I was a little concerned because the people in the back couldn't, they're doing this. And I asked this question, "Can you all hear me?" And the guy in the back said, "No, I can't hear you." Then the guy in the front said, "Can we switch?" Don't ever ask that question. Doesn't matter. The other thing I just want to mention to you, there's an old Irish fable that goes something like this. May those who love us, and may those who don't, may God change their heart. And if he can't change their heart, may he twist their ankle. So we'll know them by their limp. I checked everybody coming in here, by one, and not one person's limping. So that's a good sign. Good. So it is my pleasure, and please permit me the opportunity to introduce our mayor of Centennial. She's bold, she's decisive, she's courageous, and she has visions of fire for this city. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Stephanie Piko. Yeah.
Well, that's quite the introduction to live up to. Thank you. So thank you, John, and I appreciate you welcoming everybody here, and thank you for all of the support that you and your staff has given us for putting this event together today. It's such a wonderful venue. So welcome to everyone to the 2022 State of the City. It's been a while since we've all been able to be together, and what an amazing venue for us to share this time with together. It seemed only appropriate that as we launch forward into a new time, and for me, a new term, that we try something new for the state of the city. So I hope you all are enjoying our venue and the opportunity to bring so many people together in such a great space. So I wanted to ask, how many people, is this your first State of the City? See, you're not alone. As a matter of fact, half of my city council hasn't been to one either. So to start with them, we will start with Councilmember Holt, Councilmember Don Sheehan, and Councilmember Christine Sweetland. They were first elected in 2020, and their first year in office was anything but ordinary. So I want to thank them for handling it with a certain assuredness and trust and confidence in the council that was here. So thank you all for being here. Next, I'd like to introduce Councilmember Robin Carnes. She is just sworn into office in January, newly elected to District 1. And so for those four, this is their very first State of the City as well. So the next council members I'd like to introduce are Councilmember Alston, Councilmember Maurer, Councilmember Moon, and Councilmember Sutherland. I can't thank you all enough, not only for being here, but working for so tirelessly over the past 2 years to keep our council focused on being collaborative, pragmatic, and confident in the long-range planning we had put in place that was aligned with our mission and values, not only as a community, but as a local government. So thank you all. As elected officials, we are all dedicated to serve. As are so many others in our community. Two guests here with me today represent a commitment to service and a commitment to the mission of keeping us and our allies safe around the globe by providing strategic and theater missile warning to the United States and our international allies and our partners at Buckley Garrison and the Space Delta IV. They're headquartered here at Buckley Space Force Base, so I'd like to introduce Brian Chelgren. He is the Vice Commander of Buckley Garrison and the Commander of the 460th Mission Support Group, and Colonel Marcus Jackson, the Commander of the Buckley Garrison, headquartered at Buckley Space Force Base. Gentlemen. Thank you. I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize and welcome the Colorado wing of the Civil Air Patrol leadership, to include wing and group commanders, as well as our very special guests, Cadet Tech Sergeant Luke Forbes and Cadet Tech Sergeant Jonathan Pratt from the Centennial Mustang Cadet Squadron. We thank you all for all of your dedication to our community. Of course, as you know, when it comes to Centennial, we partner with the best to provide services for our citizens that are exceptional. So we want to thank our partners and appreciate their commitment to our community. Our public safety partners, the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office with Sheriff Tyler Brown, our District Attorney's Office with DA John Kellner, South Metro Fire District with Chief Bob Baker. And this will be a surprise, but Paul Danley with the Southeast Metro Stormwater Authority. Thank you, Paul, for all your years of service. I'd also like to just quickly recognize our partners in recreation and education. I know we have people here from the Arapahoe Parks and Recreation District, the South Suburban Park and Recreation District, Arapahoe Libraries, Littleton Public School District, and the Cherry Creek School District. So thank you all for being here today. We have great partners in our business community as well, so I'd like to recognize the Aurora Chamber of Commerce, the South Metro Chamber of Commerce, and Denver South for being great partners between us and our businesses. And I might have lost track of how many elected officials are here in the room, but I know we have several mayors, Mayor Russell Stewart from Cherry Hills Village, Mayor Jackie Millay from Lone Tree. I think those are the two. And we have several elected officials from the county, from Arapahoe County, as well as, I don't know if there were any Douglas County people here, but if any of the county commissioners could rise and be recognized. I've got Jeff Baker, Nancy Sharp, Carrie Warren-Gully, and then we have Joan Lopez. I know Joan Lopez was here too. I talked to her. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Greatly appreciate it. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Thanks. So all of you are very dedicated and passionate about the services we provide our citizens, and you continue to impress us as community partners, so thank you. So what we would like to do as a city also is, what we can do is we cannot accomplish it without our Centennial team. And I want to sincerely thank our city manager, Matt Sturgeon, and all of the staff that work each day to provide exceptional customer service to our citizens. Our partners in doing so include our contractors that are part of our Centennial team. We have Jacobs and TerraCare, who work together to provide our public works, code compliance, and facilities management, the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region, providing our animal services, and our city attorney's office, Widener and Duran. So thank you all for everything you do for us. So we chose this year's theme, Launching Forward, in recognition of the position that Centennial is currently in. One lesson learned from the past 2 years is we cannot stop. As hard as the losses and complexities have been, we have just not been able to stop. So Launching Forward acknowledges the challenges and adversity we face when taken from a position of strength, allows that pent-up energy to build momentum and forge ahead. So we were in a position of strength in our finances, our planning and our goals, combined with the strength in our community, our partners, and our businesses, made certain we did not stop. So seeing everyone here today tells me that we are all excited about the possibilities that are ahead and eager to continue to launch forward. In 2021, we celebrated Centennial's 20th anniversary. And the only thing better than celebrating Centennial's 20th anniversary is now finally be able to say, we're 21. We made it. We're grown-ups now. I'm very excited about that. So now when we have all the park events with the beer sold by the Rotary Club, we're all good. The whole park is good. We had a lot to honor and celebrate in the past year. We honored and thanked those who worked throughout the past 20 years to form the largest and what I would argue the most successful incorporation of a municipality. I would ask that any former city council members, former mayors, any board commission members from the city of Centennial, any of our founding fathers that are here with us today, please stand and be recognized. In 2021, we also celebrated with our citizens, our businesses, and our partners, all of the things that we have built and established together to make Centennial an exceptional community in Colorado. Centennial received a variety of recognitions, being one of the safest cities in the United States, one of the top 10 most livable communities, and the only government to receive the Gallup Exceptional Workplace Award, and which we just received for the 6th consecutive year. Last year, we were approached by Viewpoint with Dennis Quaid. They are an education programming organization. We worked with them to create a 1-minute commercial and a 5-minute quality of life video. The video was distributed to 170 media outlets across the country, and it aired on the Fox Business News channel in prime time. It is also distributed to public television stations across the country and will continue to air until April of 2023. It provides a great look at Centennial, our accomplishments, and what makes our community unique. So let's take a look.
The notion of a city with a perfectly balanced budget almost seems like a fairy tale. Just imagine city leaders running a town so well that it actually has cash in the bank and no debt whatsoever. Here in Centennial, Colorado, it's not a dream. It's their reality. How do they do it? Mayor Stephanie Piko explains that it's accomplished by staying true to the city's founding principles.
The city of Centennial was founded 20 years ago, and the guiding principle was limited government that is efficient and effective at providing services to the residents. One of the things that makes Centennial special is that we are a contract model city. We work with the private sector and other public sector entities to provide services for our residents. That allows us to keep our government footprint small. We have about 70 employees in the city of Centennial. One of the better aspects of having a contract model as a city is to allow us the flexibility to expand services when needed and retract services when they're not. So it allows us to provide a more effective communication to our citizens. It allows us to provide more direct services as needed, and it holds us accountable for how much money is being spent on services that are not just stood up in a contract and expected to stay the same and plateau all the time.
Jacobs has been in this business for over 40 years, providing outsourced services for municipalities across North America. And we've been at Centennial for the past 14 years, providing public works and code compliance services. One way to measure our success at Centennial is through what's called American Public Works Association Accreditation. And we worked closely with the city back in 2016 to be the first public-private partnership to receive that national recognition through APWA and became an accredited public works agency. So we, along with the city, are very proud of that. That's both a city and a Jacobs accomplishment that no other city or consulting firm across the country has accomplished.
This lean government logic and having a balanced budget allows city leaders to adapt and adjust should things change, like when COVID-19 brought many municipalities to their knees.
Because the city of Centennial is a contract model city, it allows us great flexibility in how we can determine what contracts we need to scale up and what contracts we need to scale back on. We reevaluated where we were at, reprioritized what needed to be done, and had the flexibility because of our financial situation in order to manage a situation that was unprecedented. We were able to continue to adapt, but to continue to supply the services that are necessary. So even during challenging times, we are able to do public works services like snow plowing and traffic light maintenance and traffic routing. With the innovations and technology changes that we put into place, the City of Centennial's building department was able to go to virtual inspections almost immediately as it became challenging to get people out to be able to come into our buildings or for our people to go out into their homes. We were able to do things virtually and have the citizens still get approval for their projects that they were doing at home.
A debt-free city doesn't have to be a dream. It just takes a creative approach to governing and a fresh look at crafting a balanced budget every year.
The City of Centennial is home to over 100,000 people, and that allows us to offer our corporations and our partners a diverse and experienced workforce that meet the needs of industries like aerospace, financial services, and healthcare. Centennial offers people the unique opportunity of being closely located to Denver with easy access to Denver International Airport, light rail stations, and the I-25 and 470 corridors.
Centennial is also known for its award-winning school districts and outstanding recreational opportunities, making it an all-around great place to live, work, and raise a family.
The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office has a unique partnership with the City of Centennial. We've been their law enforcement agency since the beginning. Part of our partnership with the City of Centennial, it's listed in the contract that we will stay accredited through CALEA. CALEA is the accrediting body for law enforcement agencies, and we have to meet over 400 different standards to remain accredited. And the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office is proud to partner with the City of Centennial in being one of only 5% of law enforcement agencies across the country that is accredited. And we're also accredited with excellence, which means we meet all of those standards with 100% compliance. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office appreciates the partnership with the City of Centennial, and we hope to see it flourish well into the future.
Centennial is more than just a suburb. We are the hub of the new and innovative businesses that are here and producing in Colorado. In Centennial, we value connected communities where neighborhoods matter, education is embraced, businesses are valued, and innovation is absolute.
To learn more, visit centennialco.gov today.
Thank you. Centennial, where neighborhoods matter. It is an important part of our vision, something recognized by current and prior councils. It reflects the founding of our city, a collection of neighborhoods that came together in an exercise of self-determination. The challenge? How do you get 110,000 citizens in roughly 86 neighborhoods, spread across 23 square miles, to feel like a connected community? Well, as we launch forward, that is exactly what we are trying to do. Starting with our neighborhoods themselves, we have initiated a neighborhood community grant program which recognizes and supports neighborhood efforts to make neighborhood improvements. These efforts are designed and implemented by the neighborhoods themselves, and any group of neighbors can apply and to do projects and activities from neighborhood events all the way to beautification efforts. This idea started as a pilot project and was so well received by the community last year that it is an effort that this council felt was continuing to support. Additionally, during our 20th anniversary, we successfully brought the celebration to our community through neighborhood-centric events. Again, it was great for us to be out in the community, and the response from our residents was overwhelmingly positive. So backed by popular demand, we will continue to be having summer district events this year. We hope you can join us at one of them. Yay. We also recognize that the strength and desirability of our neighborhoods is great. Many residents have benefited from the rising values of their home values. But the downside is the increasing cost of housing and how it can limit many young families and young professionals from joining our community. And of course, Centennial is not the only community experiencing this. So in 2021, Centennial launched a housing study. We received a grant, and we are now examining potential housing and development options that can hopefully lower costs and increase opportunities for attainable housing throughout our community. Centennial is participating in regional initiatives to address homelessness like Built for Zero, focusing on veterans, and the Arapahoe County Committee on Impacting Homelessness. It is important to this council that we address the challenges facing our region regarding the individual needs of the unsheltered and take action to ensure the safety of them, our residents, and our businesses. Centennial has continued to be ranked as one of the safest cities in Colorado with a population of over 100,000. We have a tremendous partnership with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, and the ACSO continues to be one of the most highly accredited law enforcement agencies in the country, going above and beyond, and the City of Centennial is dedicated to supporting and funding the ACSO to meet the needs of our community. The ACSO has developed programs like the Mental Health Co-Responder Program. You're just a little early. The countywide program pairs a licensed mental health clinician or a co-responder with deputies for calls for service that involve people experiencing behavioral health crisis or emotionally charged situations. Using the expertise of the deputies and the co-responders help de-escalate situations and get people the help that they need through mental services. We are also very fortunate to have a sheriff's office that is eager to engage in many different ways with our community. At our community events, don't be surprised to see the mounted patrol, the K-9 units, and the equipment to explore, like you saw out there today. The kids of all ages love it. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you the newest member of Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, Zeke. Zeke, not to be outdone. All right, you come up here, come up here. So Zeke is one of our new school resource officers. He is being escorted today by Deputy Jones. And then we also have Rex. And Rex is very famous. He has a very strong following on Instagram, and everyone loves him. So he will set a great example for Zeke, but I'd like to invite, and I'm sorry, Deputy Gray is handling Rex today. And thank you. I wanted to invite Zeke and Deputy Jones up on stage to give you guys an opportunity to hear exactly what they do with our therapy dogs in our schools. So take it away.
Good afternoon. I just found out about 10 minutes before this what I was going to talk, so I apologize. So I'm Deputy Travis Jones. This is Zeke. Zeke's a 6-month-old black lab. Rex is in the back with John, and I'm assigned to Newton Middle School with Littleton Public Schools. So thank you to Littleton Public Schools for believing in this program and letting us grow it. He is with me in the school, so kids in crisis, he will help comfort them, but also it's for anybody, staff, students. We go to lunches, we'll run through the school, we interrupt classes. He's got an itch. And it's really just to improve the environment in the school and the qualities in the school. Kids are talking to parents. I have so many parents come up to me and go, oh my gosh, this is Zeke, I've heard so much about him. Kids come up to me and go, oh, I'm so glad Zeke's in the school. I look forward to coming to school now. So the connections that we get to build because of the dogs are unbelievable.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. So you can see they're a tremendous asset to having in our schools with our kids. And I know we're all looking for ways that we can improve our relationship with law enforcement, but also for our young people to have a really strong and accessible relationship with law enforcement. So having Zeke and Rex in the schools has really opened up a lot of doors for people, and they visit elementary schools and the middle schools and Littleton Public Schools. So if you see them out in front of the schools as you go by, make sure you stop and say hi. So thank you, gentlemen, for being here today. I really appreciate it. Now they got to go back to school. So obviously community safety is vital to our city, but we also recognize the old adage, location, location, location. A big part of our vitality is Centennial's location, in the heart of the tech center and along the I-25 corridor. Transportation, of course, becomes a key mechanism to support our community, our employers, and our workforce. The completion of our fiber network in 2019 has allowed us for over the past 2 years to continue to modernize our traffic signals with smart technology. And this year we added a manned traffic operations center. So that is allowing us to provide adaptive and real-time signaling throughout most of our corridors. Please remember that many of our corridors are still controlled by CDOT. We're working on it, but we're hoping to have that come around and be able to connect all of our corridors together. You might have noticed our largest construction project this year, the replacement of the 75-year-old Arapaho Bridge. Replacing the structure not only provides for continuity of travel lanes on Arapaho Road, but it also provides the opportunity to improve another connection that is a vital part of our neighborhood and our communities, our trail system. In cooperation with our partners at South Suburban Park and Rec District, Arapahoe Park and Rec District, and Arapahoe County Open Spaces, we are able to continue to provide our community with something they've always cherished, but has really embraced over the past 2 years, our parks, our trails, and our open space. We have continued to work to expand our trail system east-west through the Centennial Link Trail, and now coming soon, a north-south expansion along the Lone Tree Creek Trail, which will offer another under Arapahoe Road crossing opportunity and access to Cherry Creek State Park. And all of these trails, of course, lead to Centennial Center Park. We are very excited to celebrate Centennial Center Park's 10th anniversary this year. It's hard to believe. Centennial Center Park is undergoing a $4.5 million investment that will bring an additional venue, a garden, an open field, another restroom facility, and a food court truck parking lot, which will be a great asset for all of our events. Centennial Center Park continues to be our gathering place. It is the center of our city. It is our place to bring our community together. So please join us this summer for our birthday party, our brewing queue, our Centennial Under the Stars, the whiskey warmer, and our winter artisan market. Two additional strengths that tie our neighborhoods and community together are our two incredible school districts, and we have seen firsthand how much our citizens support them. Both the Littleton Public School District and the Cherry Creek School District have continued to innovate and respond to the changing needs in education. New schools can be seen in each district, most predominantly Newton Middle School's new campus with a sports stadium soon to come. LPS is now under construction with their Epic campus, and the Cherry Creek Innovation Campus, located right over here off of Broncos Parkway, both are providing pathways to jobs and skill development that make us leaders in creating workforce-ready graduates. We appreciate the connection that our businesses have formed with our schools by helping them to adapt to ever-changing needs in our industry, especially right here in Centennial. For schools. Thank you to our school districts. In Centennial, we value our relationship with our business community. Not only are businesses, large and small, the driving force of our economy, but they play a vital role in shaping our community. Over the past 2 years, we strive to support and promote businesses as they've been challenged beyond expectations. Our citizens have also responded and continue to support the Shop Local mantra. It is recognizing that our businesses are essential and to the economic health of our community. Beyond Shop Local, the city has launched an initiative called the Spark Program, a unique program that has been used for the revitalization of our shopping centers and has supported our small businesses to demonstrate expansion ideas, and has 30 businesses in an incubator program that is working on customer expansion, building engagement, and ultimately increasing sales. Centennial is a community of smaller, neighborhood-centric retail centers, and they too have been impacted by the recent acceleration in a shift of consumer behavior. The City of Centennial is actively creating partnerships in these retail spaces to look for innovative ways to transform the retail space, the experience, attract traffic, and provide an impact that benefits the consumer and the retailer. We are looking at a retail investment strategy that will place our retail centers at a competitive advantage and attract the type of retail that supports and is supported by our community. The redevelopment of the Macy's and the Sears locations at the streets at South Glen will also provide opportunities to explore the retail needs that our residents have. In 2020, the City of Centennial adjusted its budget expectations, as everybody else did, to prepare for the anticipated downturn in revenue. Although we saw a shift in where our tax revenue was generated, how many people went to Total Wine? Yeah, see, that's where the tax revenue shift occurred in 2020. But thanks to prudent budgeting and our resilient community, Centennial was back on track quickly, with 2021 revenues up 20% and with some sectors back to 2019 levels. The city has maintained its healthy reserve and continues to remain debt-free. We continue to set aside revenues for future capital improvement projects and continue to support our street fund. We are also very excited about the launch of what is currently our largest new development, right along the I-25 corridor, the District. Connecting our Dry Creek Light Rail Station, the District will be Centennial's first transit-oriented development, a mixed-use offering of diverse housing opportunities and a unique retail office opportunities. That will create a completely new experience in Centennial. Let's take a look.
Envision a completely urban experience profoundly connected to nature. Welcome to the District, where urban and suburban qualities of life intersect in a mixed-use development immediately adjacent to light rail. Defined by high-quality architecture, active pedestrian streets, diverse amenities, inviting open spaces, and the most dramatic mountain views in southeast Denver. Positioned on a prominent 36-acre site, the district includes over 2.5 million square feet of next-generation office space, anchored by a central green flanked by a variety of residential uses, a high-end hotel, and thoughtfully curated retail offerings. Highly connected outdoor spaces offer opportunities for employees to collaborate over morning coffee, a working lunch, or an evening drink. From small-scale businesses to multiple building corporate headquarters, the district is a new community for a new workforce. Flexible, healthy, and sustainable. Where transformational leaders and passionate professionals come together to tackle complex challenges and celebrate successes. All with outstanding visibility and signage opportunities along Interstate 25. With a variety of places for collaborating and gathering, the district is an inspiring hub for the community, active and vibrant from day to night and through the seasons. Experience a new perspective at the District.
So I know it's really hard not to watch that video and pick out which unit you want to have with that amazing view and the opportunities that will be there. So we're looking forward to seeing that project come through. Supporting and retaining our businesses is what we become is such an important part of our community. And so Denver South is a partner that embraces the significance of how all of our I-25 corridor communities attract new and support existing employers. Centennial is home to an admirable list of businesses and industries. Aero, United Launch Alliance, Seeker, Sierra Nevada, Allosource, and now Boom Supersonic, just to name a few, as well as our new Centennial Hospital. All representative of the high caliber of companies that are attracted to our community for all the reasons that have been outlined here today. I think the following video, created as part of our 20-year celebration, is an excellent summary of why we should all be proud to call Centennial home.
This is the city that provides navigational tools so pilots can find their way safely. Where satellites are guided into space so you can call your best friend in Paris.
Hey! How are you?
Where global innovations and technology are racing forward. Where the brains of digital communications and content live. Where dinner parties are paired perfectly with world-class cuisine. Where the best in local shopping and services are found on every corner. Where residents, friends, and family come to play under the stars. Where you can perfect your chip shot in the morning and bike home from work in the evening. Where the future of lasers and manufacturing are being created. Where companies large and small find the talent and open space to flourish. This is where more than 5,000 businesses thrive and 61,000 people enjoy a great day at the office. This is Centennial.
The city of Centennial is a connected community where neighborhoods matter, education is embraced, businesses are valued, and innovation absolute.
Centennial has access to some very high quality engineers and scientists that are ideal for developing and growing a company. Nubrew has invented a new type of laser technology. It's a blue laser. Most of our customers are international. DIA is extremely helpful to be only 30 minutes away. The mountains are very close, skiing, hiking, biking, fishing, you name it.
A highly educated workforce, superior infrastructure, and predictable policies provide an environment where businesses large and small thrive.
We're Half Money Brewing Company, a small brewery here in Centennial.
Centennial is a great place for families. In the summer, I'll bike to work. So it's just all of the things that we wanted to be a part of are really a part of Centennial. And that's why we're here.
A future-ready city conveniently located in the Denver South region, with vibrant transportation networks for reliable, efficient movement of people, goods, and services to wherever they need to be.
The major thoroughfares that run through the Denver area all run through Centennial.
As well as the light rail station, which is located directly north of the district. It provides access down to Union Station, out to the airport, and throughout the entire Denver metro area.
One of the most impressive assets that the city of Centennial has built is a fiber network to allow not only for businesses to connect to fiber directly, but for residents to have an option for fiber to the home.
This is the city where health services and public safety are consistently ranked #1 in Colorado.
Right here in Centennial, we're the largest producer of living cells and tissues in the world. And we do all that right here at Allosource. So it's really miraculous work that happens right here in Centennial. I live here locally, which has been great for me and my wife, and to raise our family here. The school district is incredible. Then there's great shopping and great restaurants as well, so we take full advantage of all of that.
You can come here as a business and expect that you will be able to recruit and retain people into the city of Centennial because of the things that we offer as a city.
We've done 3 major expansions here. We're in the process of talking about doing a 4th one, and we just know we're going to have great results with the city government.
Where neighborhoods matter, education is embraced, businesses are valued, and innovation is absolute.
So we purchased the district a couple of years ago. It's 37 acres of developable land at the Dry Creek Light Rail stop right on I-25. So we're super excited to unlock that potential and to allow for both office and commercial and residential all within the same community. The long-term vision for the district is to create the there, to create the city center for the city of Centennial, and to create a place where people want to live, work, and play.
We are strong in aerospace, we are strong in IT, we are strong in medical. You can find small businesses that have 10 people working for them and large businesses that have thousands.
This is Centennial, Colorado, an exceptional place to call home.
course, although technically not in Centennial, we all recognize the significance of Centennial Airport, what it brings to the economic vitality, cutting-edge aeronautic research, and employment opportunities for the entire South Metro area. With everything you have saw today as part of a strong foundation in Centennial, it's easy to see why we continue to launch forward. We are not sitting back. Our council and our staff are dedicated to remaining innovative, collaborative, and intentional. Our unique model allows us to be agile, to shift, and innovate with the best to serve our community. As we strive to provide exceptional service for the Centennial residents, we are committed on focusing on successful strategic priorities without getting bogged down by the distraction of outside forces. We continue to create a future-ready city, and the state of the city is stronger than ever, not only because of the priorities of this and previous councils and staff, but because of the strength and resiliency of our community that has been demonstrated. I appreciate the spirit of exceptionalism that inspires our city, and thank you all for partnering with us to continue to make Centennial a great place to live, work, and play. I just want to thank you all again for coming out today. It's so great to see like so many familiar faces. It's kind of scary to stand up here and realize how long I've known a lot of you guys. It's like, oh yeah, we've been saying hi for a long time about a lot of things. So thanks for coming out again. Please go outside and you can interact still if you have time with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office and the demonstration materials they've brought out. The aero car is still sitting out there if you want to take a look at that. Hopefully maybe the wind's died down a little bit. I just want to thank my husband, James, for his incredible flexibility in my time and schedule and allowing me to have the opportunity to be your mayor. We also want to thank Lunchwire for providing us with a fantastic lunch, and of course the Wings Over the Rockies Museum for providing us with a fantastic venue. I would be remiss if I did not thank Dawn Small and Allison Wittern for helping me put together all of the things that you saw today. And a big shout out to the Rotary Club, of course, and the City of Centennial for everybody supporting each other and having such a successful event. It's been great seeing you all here today. I hope you gained some insight, some appreciation, perhaps a new idea, a new contact, and the confidence in launching forward. Thank you very much.